Hello, I'm Cathy Ellicott Carver, Minister Emeritus of Unity Church in Carlsbad, California. Today is Valentine's Day, and there's a reason we're celebrating love today, despite what the world appears to look like on television, the internet, and social media. And that reason is this, because love is the cure to all our problems. This is the time of the great cosmic shift. After thousands of years in the same area of the galaxy, planet as Earth has moved into a new area containing an entirely different energy, according to astronomers. Many believe this is the beginning of a new age, an age of upward surge and evolution, an age where an ascension to a higher level of consciousness for the collective. This new energy is bombarding the planet now. And judging by appearances, it's a terrible time. It's a time that's forcing all the unloving things we've done to each other to the surface. For the first time in history, our whole planet has been subjected to a terrifying worldwide pandemic. This virus has caused people around the earth to experience the same fears, the same sickness, the same anger and frustration, and the same deaths. It has affected people of all colors, genders, incomes, religions, and countries. The oneness of our earth has been revealed to us in an unprecedented way. Because we now have advanced technology, TV networks have been able to broadcast this calamity on the TVs of all the people on Earth. At the same time, in our country, we've had a national magnifying glass focused on polarizing politics, unethical governing, and racial, medical, economic, and gender inequality like never before. TV newscasts have blasted pictures to us, causing fear, hate, and division in every living room in the United States. Morning, noon, and night, every day, 24/7. For the first time, our planet is united in the same collective emotion. Love? No. Fear. It's been awful. It's been depressing. It's been isolating. It's been terrifying. Yes. But what if this is actually good in the long run? A few years ago in an interview, Louise Hay of Hay House Publishing was asked this question: why focus first on the negative? And she answered, if you're going to clean the house, you have to see the dirt. Well, this energy is exposing all the dirt on the planet now. We are seeing as never before the unloving things we've done to each other and to the planet. But this awareness also shows us that we have the power to clean house, to rectify the terrible wrongs we've ignored in the past. Yes, today is Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2021. And love has never been more needed. Why? Because love is the cure, not for one, but for every problem on earth. So what is love? And how can love be the magical cure? Love is a word often used, but rarely used correctly. It can be used to express a sublime feeling, a great appreciation, and an unselfish love. But it can also be misused to create guilt, disguise fear, and the desire to control others. Any of these examples sound familiar? A young man wants to marry and leave his widowed mother. They hear her say, but Sonny, I love you. I need you. Don't you love me? Translation, I own you. I gave up everything for you. Feel guilty, so you aren't free to leave me. The only child who is invited to spend the summer with friends asks her divorced mother's permission to go. And mother says, I love you too much to let you go away all summer. I would worry too much about you. Translation, my love and worry are more important than your joy. You're not free to leave me. I don't want to be alone. You can think of many situations like this, and I'll bet you don't have to look far to find one in your own life. But notice in all these situations, everyone misused the word love. They used to cover up their fears, to get their own way, and to limit someone's freedom. But love never does that. So what is love? The purest love is love for God. Why? Because it's the recognition that God is the creator and source of all good and only one, the only one who can meet all our needs. But this love of God must include loving ourselves, because God is in every single one of us. And that's why we affirm in unity, there is only one presence, because there really is only one. So if you love God, and we're all one with God, and God is actually in all of us, there's no one left to not love. Did you ever think of that? Here's a simple analogy. Why is a painting by Rembrandt priceless? Because he painted it. Every individual's value is based on the exact same thing, because God created it. It's not based on color, gender, religion, income, power, or nationality. It's based solely on the identity of the painter, the designer, God. So today, we normally think of love of our sweethearts and wives and children. But what is the universal symbol of love? You get it in candy boxes, you see them on Valentine's Day cards. It's the heart. And why is that? Because love is essential to life, just like the heart is, because it contains the very essence of our value. H-E-E, art, A-R-T, heart. Whoever made up the word knew that this is where God dwells. The word heart also contains the word hear and ear. You've always heard the value of being single-eyed. If thine eye be single, thy body shall be filled with light. Well, I maintain there's great value when you come single-eared too. If you could put your two physical ears together, guess what they would form? A heart. Because I believe this is when you hear with your heart. Who ever heard of a mind-to-mind talk? It's always a heart-to-heart talk. We say, never mind. But do we hear what we just said? And people are always trying to get the heart of the matter. To hear does not guarantee you understand. So many of us hear from two ears, attuned to two opposites, good and evil. But the single ear is attuned to unity and the oneness of all life. Here's something to think about. Can you imagine the value of Rembrandt's paintings if he'd used the same model to paint, the same colors, the same body, and painted the exact same painting over and over again? Well, God didn't do it either. Each expression of the one God is just as unique. And have you ever thought how boring and confusing it would be if we all looked alike? I wish we were in church now so you could look at each other. Imagine each of us, the same face, the same color, the same sex, the same height. You get the idea. And what a horrible idea it is. No, God created each painting with the same nature within, but unique differences without, so we can tell each other apart. If only today people in 2021 would learn to enjoy their exciting external differences and love the one nature in all of us. How could anyone hurt someone if they knew they were the same? That's why love is the cure. If we really loved one another, would we arrest someone because they were a different color from us? Would we rape someone because they were a different sex? Would we fight someone because they believed something we didn't? Would we hate someone because they belonged to a different political party, race, or nation? Would we ever be able to torture and kill anyone? Could we stand by people starve? I remember reading a sci-fi story years ago. All the generals from the United States and other countries were gathered around a huge computer, waiting for it to print out the solution to the problem they had fed it. And they hovered over the machine. And the computer slowly printed out the word: love one another. The exact same words spoken by Jesus 2,000 years ago. When will we hear the solution with our hearts instead of our heads? When will the world realize that love is the cure for every problem in the world? Let's hope that this shift, this new paradigm, will open our hearts to love. It's long past time when everyone in this world unites to create a paradise for all of us. Think of this. Do you think it's a coincidence that every single person in the world, when asked, "Who are you?" answers, "I am"? Why do they do that? Because what follows is the name of the individual painting, a description of their unique expression. But I am is the name of God that he gave to Moses many, many centuries ago. So when you see a Valentine today, remember that love is the cure. Send a Valentine from your heart, thanking God, Mother Earth, and every soul on the planet for agreeing to love one another. Affirm that love conquers all, because it does. Love really is the cure. So take it in big doses. Administer it to everyone. It only has good side effects, and it prevents infection from every single problem in the world. Think if we really work together to solve all Earth's problems. Imagine diverting all the war chests from every country to find ways to give food and basic income to all. Let's create a future where the word dictators would only exist in old history books. Wars would be recognized as a symptom of the insanity of the previous age. Let us initiate a new age, one of peace, plenty, love, and unity, a new heaven and a new earth. Valentine's Day is the perfect day to start to open our hearts to love, real love. Forgive others, love one another. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. Love them. Help create the new age. Pray God the new galactic energy will bring peace on earth to men of goodwill, finally. Love really is.